Hey guys, William here, and in this video, I want to discuss the top 5 mistakes players have been making in Blackout. This is a brand new mode for Call of Duty, and the game just released, so it's expected that there will be a lot of people new to playing Battle Royale. Even though the beta was insanely popular, not everyone was able to play it. First up, we have people underestimating shotguns or just using them improperly. When you first drop, a gun is absolutely crucial, and a lot of people do pick up a shotgun. However, they drop it as soon as they find something else. The problem with this is that upon the initial drop, it's likely that you will have people around your immediate vicinity, especially when dropping into Nuketown, Asylum, Estates, or somewhere else with high traffic. Shotguns can be good in these cases, but only if you use them properly. By that, I mean to aim down sights when shooting, because it tightens up your pellet spread quite significantly and can help you get more consistent kills. Next, I have noticed people tend to take pot shots. By that, I mean they just shoot at the first glance of an enemy rather than trying to get any positioning on them. If an enemy player has a clear escape route, don't go in guns blazing from 200 meters away because you will alert everyone around you with your shots and oftentimes end up losing the gunfight. This is true even for suppressors because they have a much sharper drop than a weapon with long barrel, and it's much harder to hit your target at longer ranges. So position yourself well, get as close as you can without giving yourself away, and keep the element of surprise. You don't want enemies to be able to turn on you from 200 meters away and end up sniping you in the face. The third thing I've noticed is the excessive amount of vehicles that get driven around, even on solos when you don't have teammates to transport. Vehicles were a nice addition to Blackout, but they are humorously loud and without a doubt give away your position. Try to reserve them for when you absolutely need to use them because they are quite simply easy targets. There's a reason why most of the time when you get out of your vehicle, you get into a gunfight relatively soon after. This is even more crucial in the later rounds of the game. The fourth mistake I have seen is hoarding loot. I myself have been guilty of this, and it actually cost me a win earlier today. This one is actually twofold. The first part is overlooting and picking up a lot of stuff you probably aren't going to use and letting it take up inventory space. You don't need 2 brawler perks and a bunch of attachments or sites you probably won't switch out. Just dump whatever you don't need. You shouldn't be looting much by in-game, and by mid-game, you're hopefully pretty well set to take people on. Obviously, you should still be picking up 9-bangs, concussions, and things like that when you find them, but you should have your weapons and attachments sorted out. The second part of this, and the part that cost me a win, is don't be afraid to use equipment. You should always try to save it for in-game to give yourself the biggest edge you can, but if you know for a fact that an enemy has his sights on you and could possibly be rushing you, don't be afraid to use your last 9-bang or concussion, because if they kill you, well, it doesn't matter that you were saving it. Use your judgment. This is where positioning comes into play. The fifth mistake I've seen new players make is playing too carefully. Now, of course, you only have the one life, so it's important to try and stay alive, but if you are ignoring any potential gunfights and just turning tail and running away, you don't leave any room for improvement. You can run around and play recklessly or just camp and try to get that last kill, but if you're not trying to get better, it might start to get frustrating for you when everyone else does start to get better. Take into account positioning and flanking enemies. I don't want this confused with playing patiently and tactically. I'm talking about the instances where people run away and hide at the first sight of danger because they are afraid to die. If you have a chance to take a stand, you can learn to time it properly and position yourself in a way that gives you the biggest advantage. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, a like and subscribe is always appreciated, and I will see you next time.